Hey guys, how's it going? So I was watching my regular YouTube channels the other day, and I came across a video from Brolic Beast that where he's showing all of his different lighting scenes for different activities in his theater, and he's got them all triggered with his Alexa, and it's very cool. I've done a lot of similar things as well throughout the house. Really, I have chill and wind down and scenes throughout the house that trigger certain lighting scenes and background music, etc. And I really love using scenes and things like that to just quickly, easily get everything set up the way you want it. Um, and I wanted to show, I feel like, great ideas, and then you take them one step further. And full disclosure, I could have never done this without the help of John Carey, who really helped me with a lot of the Home Assistant script coding for this. But what I've got is something that I think is really cool. I'm going to show you how it works, and then we'll go in and I'll show you how it's done. So I'm using a kaleidoscope, and this, obviously I have a big bright light over here to light my face up, but this is my welcome lighting mode, and the kaleidoscope is paused right now, so it's up. But when I hit play, I've got the sound turned down, and hopefully it's out of focus enough over my shoulder so that it doesn't give me a copyright strike. But you can see I've got Purple Rain on here, and when I hit play, the rest of the lights in the house go out. But then when with Kaleidoscope, you can trigger it to do a certain lighting scene when the end credits begin. And I've been playing around with that on a movie by movie basis. So you can see here for Purple Rain, when the end credits start, Prince's face comes up here, and then I do have a short delay in here, but then it activates a specific scene and it's going to be hard to tell with this other light on, but this is actually, you can kind of tell because they do kind of match. This is a purple lighting setup scene. So it's just kind of a fun little surprise when the end credits start rolling if you have guests over. And it's just kind of taking that one step further. And I don't have to do anything now that the script has been written. There's nothing I need to do to tell Kaleidoscope or to tell the lighting, hey, turn on the lighting to the Purple Rain scene. I create the scene with the proper color purple. I've got a green scene for The Matrix. I've got a pink scene for Barbie. And based on what movie is playing, when the end credits hit, it goes through a little checklist. And if it's one of these titles, it's going to trigger a specific lighting scene. Otherwise, it goes to the regular lighting scene, which is essentially the side lights aren't on, the top lights come up just a little bit, and that's the end credits lighting, and it fades up very slowly. But I've found it to be very fun to play around with this stuff. So again, if I just pause it quick and then I hit play again, it should tell it that the end credits are playing, and it should bring up the Purple Rain scene again, but it might not. I might not have paused it long enough to trigger. Anyway, let's hop over to the computer, and I will go through the code for how to do this on a movie by movie, TV show by TV show basis. You can do as many of these as you want. It just checks down the list, and then it moves on to whatever lighting scene it should be activating. All right, let's head over to the computer. So yeah, there you see, what happens in my theater when we're watching Purple Rain. When it hits the end credits, the lights come up on purple. Normally what they come up is what you're seeing behind me now. It's just a white, dim, relaxing, it's a 7-second fade up from off to this low lighting. It's almost imperceptible when you're sitting here in the room, and the lights start coming up, but then you realize, as maybe you start shifting a little bit in your seat, and you realize that the lighting has started to come up. So what I thought would be cool for fun little theme night stuff is I'm using Home Assistant to automate all of my lighting. And as we know, Kaleidoscope has certain content triggers in all of the content that you get from their store. So There is a content playing, there is an end credits, and there is a not playing. So when it hits the end credits, you can trigger your lights to slowly fade up. That's what I do. And by the way, all the lighting in here that I'm using for this is BTF lighting. I bought the controller and all of the cabling, the power cabling, the LEDs themselves. All of this stuff is like, I think I spent $125-150 for all of the strip lighting that I've got going. And there's more here that isn't actually quite finished yet because I want to get a separate controller for it. But power supply, all of it was, really, really inexpensive. I have a link in my description down below where that'll take you to the BTF lighting store, and you can, and I also have a video that I've done on how I set it all up and how it's working with Home Assistant. So we want to basically, what we're going to do is we're going to create a scene for the movies that we want a custom scene for, and then we're going to tell Kaleidoscape how to determine that's the one that should be pulled up. So I'm going to bring up Home Assistant here now, and you're going to go to your automations and scenes page, and the first place you go is scenes. So I have a scene. Here's what we just saw for Purple Rain, and you can see the change to the purple lighting from where we were. So this was just the normal lighting, and for Purple Rain it comes up purple. We have one for The Matrix, which comes up green. It's kind of hard to see with my camera here, but trust me, that's green. So this scene is essentially the side walls are green, and that's it. If you have more lighting, you can very easily add additional devices and entities in here. So now that once we have our scenes created, we're going to go to the automations tab, and you can see here I've got my movie credits automation, which basically says when the Kaleidoscape Theater media location changes to credits, and I've got no time set in here. So this is going to happen immediately. As soon as that credits scene hits, then it's going to activate the scene theater intermission, which is what you see now. But it's going to do a 7-second fade up. It's going to take a slow, subtle fade to this setting. What that does is, it makes it very, very almost imperceptible when you're sitting here watching a movie. It's just kind of like, the end credits come up and you start shuffling a little bit in your chair, and then you realize, oh, the lights are coming up too. But what we do then, because that has 0 delay, if we look at my Matrix content trigger, when the Kaleidoscape Theater media location changes to credits for 1 second, activate the scene The Matrix. So basically you're going to get that first initial, immediately it's going to activate the credit scene for typical movie. But then a second later, it's going to check and say, wait a minute, is the title of that movie The Matrix? If so, then it's going to activate the scene The Matrix, and it's going to do a quick 5-second transition. So theoretically, it'll still take the same amount of time to come up. It's automatically triggering the basic setup, but then it's doing a check down through several different automations where it's basically, it hits credits, and if the title is The Matrix, then activate the scene The Matrix, which overrides the standard end credits scene. So it's going to turn on end credits, and then a second later, it'll turn it to something else. So it's basically, we're catching it early enough before the lighting is really up at all, and it's changing it to, for this one, the green setting. For Purple Rain, it's changing it to the purple setting. And basically, for all of the movies that you want to do that with, you would duplicate this automation, change out the title of the automation, change out the theater or the title attribute. So it's the entity is my Kaleidoscape player, the attribute is title, and the state is the name of the movie, Purple Rain. You just need to make sure it's exact. And generally it's going to match exactly what is on the Kaleidoscape title card. I haven't run across anything that is a variation that isn't really obvious. So it's going to check for the Kaleidoscape Theater title, and this one's Purple Rain, and then it's going to activate the Purple Rain sequence. Just, if it goes through, if it checks these automations and it's not Purple Rain and it's not The Matrix and it's not Barbie, it doesn't do anything, which allows the original end credits scene to activate and to come up. So it really is basically that simple. It would be great if someone knows how to make it as that check down and to get it to actually go to a specific movie scene per title. That would be fantastic. Well, let me know. Reach out in the comments and we'll get you on and we'll do a video talking about that type of scripting. We just, we could have figured it out probably. I'm guessing there's a way to do it. We just kind of decided, we'll stop messing around with it. This works. And as you can see, I have 3 different movies that are doing that. So it's not like I had to create 500 and whatever scripts for my different for every different movie in my library. It's it's a handful of films that have a distinct color theme to them that made it fun. Purple Rain, The Matrix, Barbie. What other movies should I be color coding my credits for? Let me know in the comments below. Maybe I just saw Green Room. Maybe I should do Green Room. And there's obviously going to be some other fun movies that could be done. Avatar is one that could be created a nice blue end credit scene. So just nothing groundbreaking, just something fun to do, especially if you're having a movie party and having friends over who, maybe friends who are new to the home theater. It's just one of those fun things that you can do to make people ooh and ah a little bit. And, it's kind of like the motorized masking system on my screen. That's the thing that people are like, wait a minute, what's going on here? Why is what is this? And then you show them the difference between the masking in and the masking not in. And it's a drastic improvement when you have that masking in place for something that's not filling your whole screen. So again, just the fun things that we can do with our home theaters when we're bored. It's a $99 Home Assistant green device, and some time to tie in your lighting and your playback devices. But it really does add to the enjoyment of the system and the fun you can have with it. So I'm gonna turn the lights out here, and I'll show off the Matrix automation as well, so you can see how that one works. All right, have a great day. Make sure you like and subscribe, and we will see you very soon. So you can see it's really not that difficult to do something really cool like this. So there's not much light in here. You can't see me, but I thought it would be fun. I thought I would close out here quick and just show you what I'm doing for the Matrix as well. So again, you're seeing the end of the clip here. You probably love this part where you don't have to actually see me, but here we come up to the credits at the end of this movie. Spoiler alert. I'll try and, for those of you who haven't seen The Matrix yet, is it really a spoiler alert this late in the game? I don't know, but just for fun, here we go. You see the credits come up. Oh, that just gave the whole thing away. You're going to see the credits come up. You're going to see my scene activate, The Matrix, and fun times. There you go. There you go. Like and subscribe. Hopefully I'll have some more fun stuff for you soon enough. All right? Have a great day.